Breaking in the video, y'all. I just want to let y'all know, when y'all send me a message on the Big E store, if you're needing to talk to me, you need to put your phone number up there. I can't give you my phone number on the Big E store. It's against their rules. They don't want you going dealing behind their back, if you know what I mean. So, just remember, if you need to talk to me, put your phone number. I'll call you whenever I see the message. And a lot of people's asking me, is the antenna they getting, now? Is it got the update on it? All the antennas I got on the e-store has got the update on it. So you ain't got to worry about that. They all got it. And if you've bought an antenna from me and your antenna looks like all the ones you seen me making on YouTube, then you hadn't got the update. If you want to get the update, just send me a message on eBay and I'll call you up and we'll figure out how to get you the update if you want to do it. See, whenever I was testing that update, I was using my old TV tuner, my old USB tuner that tore up with me. And it was pegging the meter out at 27. And I done told y'all about it, that 27 on that old meter, because it would only go to 27. So the ultimate antenna without the update was getting a 26. The updated antenna was getting a 27. But see, it could have easily been a lot more than a 27, just because 27 is as high as the meter went. Alright, y'all, here's the video. Hello, everybody. This is Danny S. Hodges. This video is how to make money with TV antennas. Now, I'm going to tell you how I started. I started with Facebook. That's the very beginning of how I started. So if you hadn't got a Facebook account, get you one and get you some friends. But they got these yard sale groups, and get to be a member of some of the yard sale groups, and get to be a member of some of the antenna groups. Now I'll put it on the screen here, a group that I'm in. It's actually my group. A buddy of mine started it up because they kept deleting my videos on the other antenna groups. Hey, they can't stand me. The moderators, I don't know what it is. They can't stand me. The people like me, but the moderators don't. And by the way, if y'all from an antenna group watching, that's the reason I don't post videos no more in your group, is because of the moderators deleting my video. But I want to let you know, your moderators is coming and watching the videos. They just ain't letting you watch them. Okay? Look at this picture right here. Would you buy this antenna? There's a man bought this antenna from me about 4 years ago. You know what made him buy the antenna? I made a video of a channel scan and I put it on Facebook. And he didn't have no way, he didn't have no antenna, no satellite, no nothing. He was desperate. So he bought the antenna. And there's one thing I learned about this right here. There's more people that hadn't got nothing to watch. They hadn't got no antenna, no satellite dish, than you would ever dream of. But buddy, they got that phone and they got Facebook. You might want to trust me. You don't want to be trying to sell an antenna that looks like that right there. And get out there and learn how to make it, and make it look like I do, where it's easy to sell. I sell about probably 20 or 25 a week. I myself don't even think like one made out of PVC pipe is, good enough for a lot of people. It's got to look good and it's got to look store-bought. Okay, with that being said, go outside, take your phone or camera, whatever you got. I had a $50 camera when I started. And I talked a minute about the antenna. Don't talk too much, you'll lose them. People don't like for you to just stand there and talk, just like what I'm doing right now. They don't like you to, they want some action, man. And just say just a little bit and go in there and video you doing a channel scan. That channel scan is what will sell that antenna. You take that same video, you share it on the yard sales, you share it on your Facebook, you try to get your close friends to share it for you. And, make sure that you sell it. And put your phone number on the screen. You ain't got to worry about all the wild women calling you too much. You got to put a cheap price on it. You can't try to make too much money off an antenna. And the average person ain't got a lot of money. And if you can get one person to buy it, that one person will tell 3 or 4 people. And man, before you know it, the ball is rolling. You can do like I did. I started out selling for $50. And then I eased my price up. They're $65 now. But I actually got a 2-piece kit on the e-store for, $100. But if you got a real good channel scan there, they people will start asking you questions, They'll ask you questions to death. You just have to be patient. Will it work at my house? And all that stuff. How many channels will it get? Man, I get aggravated about that. That's the reason I don't put it on there too much. But I didn't get aggravated in the beginning. I just done got spoiled now. Then they'll say, well, how much would you charge to install it? And then that's where you talking about money. That's when you talking about money right there, when they start talking about installing. Because most people don't have a clue how to put up an antenna. You go to the home store, and they got them 12-foot poles. They might be 10 foot. But they $12 a section. You get 2 poles, you walk over there, you buy 500 foot of coax for $35. Learn how to do your ends. I got a video showing you how to put on ends, and I wouldn't doubt that you probably ain't seen it. But most people's got a satellite dish in their yard. You use a barrel connector and connect your coax to the satellite dish wire that's already running into the house. If you hadn't got a computer, take a TV with you and a power supply like what I got. Do a channel scan. Learn where to point your antenna. Look on Google Earth, find out where the TV antennas is, so you know right exactly where to point it. When you get out, make sure that you say on your video that, your introductory video, that if it don't get channels and it don't do like it's supposed to, they don't owe you nothing. And man, that's the secret. They'll almost, if it don't cost them nothing, hey, the boy, they let you come try it now. Boys, it ain't very many days that I had to bring that ultimate antenna back home with me. I mean, I can count them on one hand how many times. When you do it, if you like close into the TV towers, you ain't gonna need no booster. That ultimate antenna, that is a bad boy. But if you're a little ways from the TV towers like what I am, 60 miles, use that LNA 100. It's a Winegard LNA 100. It's a 1-piece amplifier. And y'all, by the way, I found out what's wrong with my channel master. I'm going to be making a video about that. About the LNA beating the channel master. But anyway, if you need to, you get that Winegard LNA 100 and you hook it up. If your antenna ain't doing good in that spot, put it in another spot. You do what it takes to get the money. I've moved the antenna before 10 times, but I took the money home with me when I left. And also, I want to tell you this right here. Now, see, you started out with just a $50 antenna, and then now you installing antennas. Boys, they've been on many a day that I put up for a day, and a hell of a bunch of days that I put up 2 a day. I called up my wife at work. I said, hey, I make $1,200 a day. How much did you make? that two-piece antenna that I got on the e-store, that's the best deal that I've got. It's 2 ultimate antennas with the perfect measurements. It's perfect for $100. You learn how to solder. You can solder with one of them little benzomatics. I use that big one because it'll do it fast. But I just want to throw this in. With the benzomatic, you want to make sure you get what you're going to solder good and hot. And that's the reason I use that big one. Who cares if you spent $50 on an antenna to make $300 or $400? You know, you charge what in your area, you know. Now, here I've done went up to $340. And I don't go out of my county. I have people calling me from everywhere and coming to my house, knocking on the front door, knocking on the back door. The phone's ringing. Hey, I got it going on. And I started out with that wooden antenna that I can't hardly believe I sold. Let's just say you don't clear but $300 each on each antenna you put up. Hell, man, all you want to put up is 2 a week. When I go to put up an antenna, I'm usually gone from my house 2 hours, and then I'm back at my house. And whenever I'm saying you don't want to put up with 2 a week, that's all I want to put up. And I don't even want to put 2 a week up. I just want to stay at home now. I got income from other places, y'all. Now, I know there's going to be some people that's going to take my advice, and I know that there's going to be some people that's going to take part of my advice. And the part of my advice is you got to sell a good-looking antenna. Man, if you get on there, you can sell the PVC antennas, but what I sell on the Big E store is good looking. It is the perfect measurements. It'll sell itself. You put an antenna on Facebook, if it's funny looking, if it's got chicken wire, hey y'all, it's got to look good. And see, that right there is kind of the part that gets me about these people around here. One man, his pole is a PVC pipe. I went over to one man's house. He lives 3 miles from me. He's got an antenna, 50 years old, rusted. He's got tinfoil wrapped around the whiskers. And I'm sitting right here, and he knows about me. And he could have come and bought an antenna from me. And he's got tinfoil wrapped around his whiskers. And then one man, he ran over the cord. He ran over the cord with his lawnmower. I went over, told me his antenna wasn't picking up. I went over there. He had his coax taped together with tape. Columbo asked the rich man, do you know where I can get a pair of shoes like yours for about $5? The man said, you can't get a pair of shoes that look like this for $5. Yeah, and I know some of y'all's gonna do it anyway. You ought to be listening to me. But now, I've got people that's got the right idea. Hey, one man, he bought the full antenna, and then that son of a gun bought a kit. You know what he's doing, don't you? he wants to see that full antenna, and he wants to try to make that kit. But I've got that kit. I've got it easier to make than you think. So, to make a long story short, if you get skin up a little bit on your antenna, who cares? If you turn around and make $1,000 or $2,000 a week putting them up, I mean, how hard is it to stand a pole up and hook the coax to the satellite dish, and then you'll be home in 2 hours? So sit down, talk to your wife, and say, we're gonna do this. Don't be like the man on the Titanic. Try to get up there on the board with the woman one time, and then just give up. Man, you gotta put your head down and go with it. So, I'm gonna tell you the next thing to do to be able to sell them. But the main thing I've been telling you right here is you don't want to try to be too cheap. Boys, you can't hardly get something from nothing. And I know there's going to be people that's going to try it. But you see what I'm doing. You see what I'm doing, and you see where I come from. So that ought to tell you right there. I've been asked 1,000,000 times, where can you get them little rectangular pieces that I make my antennas with? There ain't but one place you can get them, and that's on the Big E store on my site. You can't buy them pieces. You have to be a dealer, and I mean you have to be a big time dealer to get them. And then the supplier that supplies them has to be a big time supplier. Now, keep in mind what I said. What I got on the Big E store is the perfect measurements. That, here's what's happened, y'all, with the 778. They ain't nothing changed. There ain't nothing changed with the 778. There ain't nothing changed with the frequencies. I've just done so much of that antenna and got it so perfect that the 778 is overdriving. You remember I updated the antenna one time and I had to quit using the 7777. Now that's the same thing that's happened to this 7778. There ain't nothing wrong with the 778. It's just my antenna is just too strong for it. So see, that LNA 100 is the perfect match for that antenna. That's how good that antenna's doing. That little booster is doing better. And that's a good thing, y'all. Hey, man, it's a one-piece booster. It's inside. If the amplifier goes out, all you got to do is replace that part. I wished I'd have known about this a long time ago. And just to kind of finish up right here. When that TV the other day, this been overdriving like the whole time I've been using the 778. Like, I just didn't know it. But I done that channel scan, and it didn't get all the channels. And I had that LNA 100 there, and I hooked it up, and it got all the channels. And that's how I found out. And it even took me a day or so after that to figure out that antenna, that 778, was overdriving. And the LNA 100 is perfect for that antenna. Hey, I'm going to make one thing perfectly clear. That don't mean that the 778 is overdriving on other antennas. But that's how strong I've made this ultimate antenna, that it's overdriving on it. And what, the whole idea of updating the antenna and all that, like, because see, I've made a bunch of updates. You just might not know about it. But the whole idea is to make an antenna strong enough that, like, it'll eliminate a lot of people from having to use a booster. That's the whole idea. So that don't mean you got to get rid of your 778. And I mean, it works. If it hadn't never got all the channels the other day, I still wouldn't know that it was overdriving, even though I had a suspicion it was. Now, here's what you got to understand. It was some hellacious bad antenna day the other day whenever I was doing that. The antenna didn't get all the channels. I'm going to tell you why. My mama's got a Clearstream on a tower that I put up for about 4 years ago, and she's got a 778 that I also put that on there. Cody went down there, asked her grandson. He went down there, and I got him to do a channel scan. It got 13 channels. Okay, so see, I was getting, I think 17 channels. But then when I hooked that LNA 100, I got all the channels. So see, I was getting all the channels, which was 21, and she was getting the the 13 channels with the 778. And that Clearstream, it ain't no joke of an antenna. You say, well, Danny, why'd you put that Clearstream up there on your mama's house? Once upon a time, that Clearstream used to be about the same signal strength as the ultimate antenna. And I had one, and I just put it up. So see, we talking about this ultimate antenna. We talking about an antenna that you ain't got to lie about. Hey, it's the Rolls Royce, son. It'll back up everything I'm saying. You just don't want to put no big booster on it. My wife made me so mad sometimes. She said, you'll figure it out. And, sometimes when I'm talking to her, that ain't exactly what I want to hear. But the truth is I do always figure everything out. Okay, with all that said. Now y'all know what the shopper's guide is, or the bargain hunter. We used to have a bargain hunter here. That's that little free paper you pick up at the stores and stuff, where they got little advertisements and stuff in it. What I done is I made a paragraph. It cost me $40 a month, but that $40 a month made me so much money. You wouldn't believe it. Your phone will ring more than you want it to ring, I promise you. Just want to make myself perfectly clear. It's one of them little booklets. It's one of them little newspapers that people put stuff in there, buy and sell and stuff like that. But you can also advertise in there. My wife walked over there and found my little advertising piece, and here's what it reads. TV antenna, 21-foot pole, coax, booster hooked up to the TV, ready to go. $320. Sold over 400. Called Danny Hodges, got my phone number. Satisfaction guaranteed. And I got on here, most people get 21 channels. Hey, people will call you up and ask you questions. And like I say, your phone will ring more than what you even want it to ring. But if you want to hustle and make some money, that'll do it, I promise you. Don't worry about the $40 that you pay. That $40 a month will make you so much money you won't believe it. I promise you. I don't even have mine in there no more. Okay, the last thing I told you, I told you on one of the other videos, I said, I bet you I can go sell 10 TV antennas in one day. Go to your local flea market. Take your drop cord and you can actually do that whenever you like checking TV antennas too. That's how I started in the beginning. I would take a 100-foot drop cord with me. Cause see, I needed a drop cord for that Channel Master booster I was using. But then I eventually made me that power supply that I got. But go to the flea market, take a TV with you, take a 12-foot pole from the home store, run the coax to the back of the TV, and you can even slip that LNA 100 booster in there if you need to, and and actually you can sell that too. The LNA 100 booster, you can sell it with it, and like put it up there. Don't crowd people walking by. Let them look. Put the remote out there where they can change the channel. Try to help them. Don't crowd them. Your wife don't want the manager at the grocery store walking around with her while she's trying to buy groceries. And no little lady at the flea market don't want you over there crowding her. Let her look, or let him look. Let him look in peace. Act like you ain't even looking. Act like you ain't even paying no attention. You'll do better, and you'll probably do better like as if it was your wife. You can be there, but you'll probably do better like as if your wife is there. Than doing it than you yourself. You can, like I say, you can be there. And I've noticed this at the flea market. I had to quit going. Man, I was going there spending $300 a week on stuff I didn't even need. But if you'll notice, like at them flea markets, them regular sellers, a lot of times they act like they ain't paying you no attention. And you can ask your wife about this right here. The women, they are paying attention. I promise you. They are paying. They might act like they don't know you standing there. And they might not even be looking at you. But I promise you, they know you standing there. And, hey boy, that's it. That's all you gotta do. And it starts like a little bitty snowflake. And it winds up being a big old snowball. And I've done everything I'm doing in 4 years. In 4 years. My Cody, and Cody, by the way, Cody, that's my brother's boy. He was up here. He's been helping with make these antennas and stuff, And he said, Danny, he said, everywhere I go, people is talking about you, about them antennas. And y'all, it don't take long. I know it might seem like a lot, like everything I'm saying from starting from nothing. But free TV is a big deal to a lot of people. People that don't care. Yeah, you wasting your time even talking to them. But there's a lot of people like that free TV now. And don't say that, well, he's got too much money, he don't want no antenna. Man, them's the people that buy the antennas. Poor people don't hardly buy the antennas. Hell, they'll watch the same DVD over and over. Beats all you ever seen. I go put them up, they be people trying to give me DVDs. And man, I don't want no DVDs. But you got something, you got something that's already, like, the car's already crunk up and sitting there idling. So see, you got a good start. You just got to make it happen. Promise you. If you don't make it happen, that's probably a pretty good chance that it ain't gonna happen. And I made a mistake a while ago, y'all. When I said that I had a 2-piece kit for $100 was the best deal I got. That ain't the best deal I got. I got a 4-piece kit for $175. But it weighs 16 pounds, and I mean they hit me hard on the shipping on that. I wanted to make it $150. But anyway, the $175 for 4, that's as good as I can do on that. But that's the best deal I've got. And if you just want one for your house, man, the full antenna, go on and get that right there. You can't beat that you can't beat the full antenna. And you know what? I sell them around here for $65. I make more around here selling it for $65 than I do on the e-store for $85 because of the shipping and because of PayPal getting some and because of eBay getting some and because of the boxes. And then the government gets 30% of the profit. So see, I ain't exactly tearing it up, but yeah, you know what? I was gonna tell you something. I asked a woman the other day. I said, "Would you ride to this post office for $20 to make $20?" I said, "Would you ride to this post office for $20?" She said, "No." She said she wouldn't ride to the post office for $20. And I was just sitting there thinking, how dumb is that? You wouldn't ride to the post office for $20. I would ride to the post office for $20 just as many trips as I could make in one day. And I would get Tammy to quit her job, and I would get Cody to be driving, making trips to the post office, and I would get my mama and everybody I could get to drive to the post office and back for $20 around the clock. So see, you can't always listen to everything everybody says, but you can take what I say to the bank. Hey, we'll see y'all next time. I'm going to be telling y'all about that 778. I'm going to be telling you the inside scoop about it. I'm going to be telling you about it. Don't forget to run a LNA, a Winegard LNA 100 amp with your ultimate antenna to get the ultimate signal strength. If there was something better, I promise you I would tell you. Peace. We'll see y'all next time.